Peace and bliss. Welcome back to Reclaiming Our Roots. This is Tanya, and today's video is all about spaghetti squash. As you can see, I have a beautiful 2 pots, one here and one here, of beautiful spaghetti squash. It started off really well. As you can see, it is covered in blight. It may be a combination of blight as well as a nitrogen deficiency. I did feed them yesterday. I was like a week behind on schedule, so hopefully they'll green up. But as you can see, it's starting to sprawl along the back. I'm using the back brick wall as a trellis system. So it's sprawling back there, and it's also sprawling behind the other pots. So in an experiment, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move those pots. I'm just going to move those pots from there to here. And that way, my theory is they have all the sprawling room that they need. I'm just going to use this area here and allow it to sprawl. We do not walk behind our containers. We generally do most of our walking along this area here. And I believe what added to its downfall is that some of the leaves got trampled down there as we walked through the walkway. So I'm sure that contributed to its downward spiral as well. So I just want to pop in and show you all, this is my experiment. I'm going to relocate my spaghetti squash plants, and we'll see what happens. Give them a little bit more love and care, remove all of the decaying leaves, and just pour into it and see if I can get it back green and healthy and thriving again. You can see it has started to put on fruit. I don't know if you all can see. Let me zoom in. There we go. Can you see? See that beautiful spaghetti squash forming there? I want to keep that. I do not want to lose that. So I will have to I may have to need some assistance because it is a pretty large plant and it's gorgeous. As you can see it here. Look at that. Encroaching on the space of my Yukon Gold potatoes. As you can see, guys, my Yukon Golds, they are dying back. I don't know if you can see the other ones back there. They are dying back. So there will be a potato harvest in the very near future, so stay tuned for that. But back to the butternut squash. As you can see, it's sprawled all the way down here. It's a beautiful plant, so I will need some assistance from my team to help me with this transition, so we can get the butternut squash back on a healthy growing path again. So stay tuned for that. Just want to pop in and share that with you. Okay, I'm back. So it turned out to be a one-woman crew, and as you can see, it did not go as I originally planned. I originally planned to relocate the butternut squash plants to the outer side of the walkway, but once I got in and started to look at how massive the vines were, I didn't want to risk tearing off one of the vines from the main root and killing a plant. So I left it where it is, and I decided to go with the trellis system and just trellis everything vertically with my tomato cages that I have on hand. So this is what it is. I know it's not aesthetically appealing. Most of the leaves are facing downward, but they are intact nonetheless, and they can still absorb photosynthesis from the sun, so I'm okay with that. And it will still produce and thrive. So I'm pleased with the results. So this is what it's looking like, and I'm going to leave it at that. But I'm pleased with the result. The main thing is for me to garner some fruit from these 2 beautiful butternut squash plants. So that's the end result. And what I did was I removed the kale that were in like 4 of the pots. They were on their last leg anyway. This is the last of that I'm going to harvest for tonight's kale salad, and we'll have that. Oh, and also, speak of harvest, I'm going to take you over here. Might as well turn this to a harvest video as well. I have 2 butternut squash, and this one is ready to come off the vine. All you do is just give it a twist and pull. It's that simple. Isn't that beautiful? This is called Golden Bar. squash. I'm gonna saute this up with some caramelized onions. So my good eating. I'm gonna allow the other one just to get a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna harvest that one. So yeah, garden is looking good. I will, and I also pulled up the cabbage as well while I was out here, because it was on its last leg. It was riddled with, between the slugs and the white moth, the caterpillars. I mean, it wreaked havoc on my poor cabbage. So I pulled all those up. So I will be sowing okra in these pots, because I can never have enough okra. We absolutely love okra. So we're gonna add that to my harvest pile for today. So yeah, so how many pots do I have to work with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 pots that I will be adding. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna sow okra in all 15. I'll probably do, maybe I'll put some squash or some cucumbers in these containers here and allow it to sprawl. I highly recommend, do not do what I did. When you see your plant starts to take off, put a trellis system in place, so as it grows, its tendrils can catch on to the caging or whatever trellis system you have in place, and it would naturally, you know, grow that way. Don't wait till it's like 100 feet long and then try and come out and provide a solution, because you risk damaging and killing your plant. So yep, so I just want to pop in and give you all the conclusion and the solution. Change your plans to what I originally thought out. So it's going to work. I'm optimistic it will, and we will continue to produce fruit. And as I was going through, there's several fruit on this plant, and I hadn't known that because it was sitting on the ground. So you can see, let me step over these pots. I saw a couple of them starting to put on fruit. Got one there. And there was a larger one that I saw somewhere down here. Oh, here it is, right here. See that there? I don't know if you can see it. There. Yep, starting to set fruit there. So a lot of male plants, a lot of male blooms on this plant. As you can see here, a lot of males. There's some females throughout in here, but a lot of males. So yep, looking good, looking good. And I cannot wait to devour this beauty. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So on that note, I will leave it here until the next video. Peace and bliss.